Good morning, everyone. What you're about to see is going to need some explanation, probably. Rosie is deaf, and deaf ferrets sometimes have a particular habit of being the most vocal. So this noise that you're hearing now is not exactly as dire as it seems. I checked to make sure they aren't hurting each other, and we'll talk more about that in a bit. So, normally there's three types of ferret fights. There's play fighting, and there's fighting, which is where they're trying to hurt or kill, I guess. Dominance fighting as well. So, let's talk about the first, play fighting. Play fighting normally doesn't hurt the other ferret. When you can tell that there's a play fight about to happen is when there's quite a bit of war dancing going on. It's fun for the ferrets, and a way that you can tell a fight is play fight. A play fight is if you interrupt and both ferrets seem annoyed at you. You pick up one ferret, then the other one hisses at you, and then the one you're holding hisses at you. It's a rather funny experience. Fighting. There's a rule a good majority of ferret owners use. That is that if there's no blood, poop, or pee from them being scared, then there's no reason to worry. There's some fancy phrase to that, but I can't think of it. Also, if a ferret's scared or in defense mode, one of the things that they might do is back up into a corner and hiss with bottle brush tail or some variant of this, and you might have to intervene in this case. Also, if one ferret is consistently running away, it might be time to intervene. Now there's dominance fighting. This normally includes lots of rolling, scruffing, the works. Although, something that you might be able to tell this apart with is the lack of war dancing. So here I picked up Rosie. I was giving her a check to make sure that she wasn't hurt or anything. I was checking around her neck, see if there's any blood or marks or anything like that. You can see Jack hissed at me because I picked up Rosie. He's still wanting to play with her. She seemed fine, as far as I know. Didn't really see any blood or anything like that. You can see here Rosie's now chasing him and just jumped on top of him. So she's making these noises, but she doesn't seem hurt at all. It's one of those quirky things about being a deaf ferret. So here she's just tackling him. Now, coming up, I did something that is ill-advised. I wanted to see how hard they were actually biting. So I put my hand in between the two of them to see if I could get them to accidentally bite me, thinking that it was another ferret. And I did get bitten, but it wasn't really that tough. I've had Jack bite me before when he thought he was biting Rosie, and it's not really that much, although I could have probably gotten really hurt there. But as you can see, I didn't really sustain any injuries. Now, with Rosie here, she was biting me, and I want to get her out of that habit, so I scruffed her and then made a little bit of a slide on the floor just so that she knows that this is a punishment instead of just a normal scruff for me to make her calm down. Now, just to clarify, it's the little slide while I'm scruffing her. The slides while I'm not scruffing her is just me playing, like before that. But anything else while I'm not scruffing is just me trying to get them to play. You can see Jack hissed at me there again because he's wanting to play with Rosie and I'm interrupting. This has always baffled me a little bit. This little fight in the tube with open mouths and stuff. It's funny to watch, but it's kind of confusing too. Like, there's really no purpose to this. But it's adorable anyways. Here you'll see me try to slide Rosie into Jack to try and get them to play. Although this has a little bit of an interesting end, as you'll see here. Jack decided to go for the ear bite, which is not a very pleasant thing. I'm not sure what that hiss was about there. Neither that one. Or that one. I love how they just kind of hop on their front feet like that when you're chasing. Now, Rosa was biting gentle there, and she hissed at me. I'm not sure why. But she was biting gentle. She wasn't hurting me. She was just kind of... In my mind, she was just trying to figure out what I was doing, or figure out what was in front of her. Kind of like just touching whatever was in front of her. It wasn't a very hard bite, it was just kind of gentle touch, so I didn't punish her for it. Same thing here. Hissed at me. Then Jack hissing as well, because I've got Rosie and I'm interrupting play. And now we have another tunnel fight. Rosie, she can turn around in the tunnel, but Jack, he can't anymore. It's kind of funny, because she'll like do a 360 in the tunnel and then just walk out while Jack has to back out. This may be dominance fighting, I'm not entirely certain. I think it's just normal fighting, normal play fighting. I think this video has gone on a bit too long, so I'm going to end it with this incredibly cute clip. I thank you guys for watching, and I hope you have a nice day.